strategy live, where we break down the exact strategies we use to build and scale our land investing business so you can grow yours too. So today we are continuing the closer sales framework training. What do you call it? Training or workshop? It's
Workshop.
more
We're
like a workshop.
implementing it.
We're
Yeah.
implementing it. Okay.
Yeah.
So just to do a quick recap. So the first session, I just jotted down notes from all the, probably not all, but most of the Alex Hermosi's closer sales framework videos and podcasts that I could find. So I jotted down the notes, and then we went over the notes line by line, so you can see it on the screen, Erica. You can scroll up and down. So we discussed it. So it's just theory and examples from his life. So that was the part 1 of live stream. Then we did part 2, where we started implementing it in our own business. Like, how would you implement it on the sales side of a land investing business? And then we finished C. So C as in clarify why they're there. And then L, which is label what the problem is. What is O, Erica? O is
Overview
of their past experiences and pain. And S is sell the vacation, not the plane flight. E is explain away their objections. And R is reinforce their decision. Correct?
Correct.
So we finished S. Oh, so we finished C. We finished to clarify why they're there. We finished L, label them with a problem. And we finished O, overview their past experiences and pain. And we were in the middle of S. And we ran out of time because it was already running like 2 hours, 15 minutes. So we're like, we'll continue.
And we do have another live stream in 2 hours, so we should have a hard stop.
Yeah. So we'll stop around in hour and a half. Okay. So before we pick up where we left off, why don't we go over what we have so far? Because it's been like almost 24 hours now, and my brain's been like thinking, oh, this could be optimized, that could be optimized. So I think we should go over it one by one before we restart S, because I think there's room for opportunity. There's opportunity for improvement. There's room for improvement. Yes?
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So let me open this page as well so I can read it. And you're calling it leads closer, right? Okay. All right. So the first question is, so the prospect calls in, and then we say, well, I saw you reached out to us about our property in this state. Are you still looking for land right now? So we're confirming they're still looking, because if they're not, then we don't want to waste time asking questions. So that I'm fine with. The second question was, do you mind if I ask a few quick questions just to make sure this property actually fits what you're looking for? So here we're establishing that we're trying to problem solve, right? And we're establishing that the salesperson will be gathering information and asking questions. So we're establishing as our salesperson as someone seeking information, and the prospect as someone providing information.
Yeah. Well, we're also asking permission, so it's not.
Yeah. So they're not like, well, why are you asking?
What is this?
Yeah.
An interrogation.
It's an interrogation. Yeah. So we want to make sure that it's because once they give permission, then it's like, dude, you gave us permission. Now you're saying you're frustrated by our questions, right? Okay. So essentially they'll be less frustrated, right? Okay. So the third question we came up with was, what caught your attention about our property, right? So we can go into specifics, like what they like or what they think the property, what's good about the property, what their the main attraction or main selling point they have from their perspective. Of course, we have our own selling points. We think it has good access. We think, it's in a good location. But what we want to hear their perspective, right? Okay, so the next question number 4 is, are you looking to buy with cash or owner financing? So that's more of a qualification question. So it's fine if it's
So
owner
is this.
financing. Yeah, we're just making sure, you're letting us know you can build. And then 6, what are you hoping to do with the property? So we're trying to get their intentions. Like they're not want to do something crazy or like, well, I want to build, like, remember this guy who was like, well, I want to build a soccer field or something.
Well, that's not crazy. I mean,
No, but in like middle of the like farms all around. And
have
then
you
we
ever
had-
seen Field of Dreams?
No, what is it? It's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's someone who built a baseball diamond in the middle of nowhere.
Baseball diamond?
Yeah, a baseball field.
A baseball field in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
For what?
And there's the famous quote, if you build it, they will come, from that movie.
That's where it got started from?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Okay. So yeah, so clarify why they're there. Oh no. Sorry. So yeah, we are in clarify why they're there. So this is question number 7. Number 8, are you planning on buying land soon or are you just starting to explore options? So essentially we want to make sure we're gauging their seriousness, right? So here at this, so these 8 questions anyone can ask. Pretty much like you hire someone and they'll be able to ask these questions. There's nothing you're not using any of the brain power or active listening or any of the
Well, you should be, but
no, I'm saying up till now, you're not using any brain power. You're just collecting information, asking questions and getting answers, right? Okay, so then we move to the L stage, and this is where I think there's room for optimization. Because right now we're saying, oh, so just to make sure I understand, it sounds like you have been wanting to a place where you can XYZ, but then you repeat the problem. I thought that this is setting a newbie. It might make a newbie salesperson, especially from a different country, nervous unnecessarily. I think there's opportunity to simplify this. Our intention here is to understand 2 things. 1, what's their goal? Right? And 2, what's their problem?
well, right now we're just putting in one goal and one problem, which I think is what you were saying we could.
Right. So okay, let me explain what I was saying. So let me go back to the ChatGPT session where we were there yesterday, so it knows what I'm talking about. Okay, here. So I'm gonna ask, is there a way to make this question very simple? Like, can we just ask straight up? Like, so I'm trying, or so just, so just to make sure I understand, your goal is blah, 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 and the problem you are trying to solve is blah, blah, blah. Right? Can we be like more obvious? Wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So it says, so I asked ChatGPT, if we can simplify it further. So it's, we can just ask directly what the problem is, what the goal is, and what the problem is. So it's saying, yes, you can and should simplify it exactly like that. The goal of this question isn't to sound polished. It's to make sure the buyer feels heard and understood. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
No, because you remember last time when we were discussing this offline, and I was saying, oh, you were saying that this question is where like a brand new VA might struggle, because then you essentially like a very polished like summary of what they just said so far.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I was like, why don't we just break it down to like the bare basics and just make it super simple and say, so just to make sure I understand, your goal is this and the problem you're trying to solve is this, right?
Oh, the problem you're running into, I think, is better phrasing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, problem you're running into. Yeah. Cuz then anyone like can new PHVA would be able to handle this. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it says, yeah, clear script and light training can definitely handle this. So just to make sure I understand, your goal is this and the problem you're trying to solve is this, right? When they repeat back what the lead said, it helps them sound competent and empathetic, even if they're new. It's low risk. The worst thing that can happen is they paraphrase slightly awkwardly, which still sounds genuine to an American buyer. Buyers forgive accent or phrasing, but they respond really well to warmth and clarity.
Okay.
Right? Because yeah, we're like, I want our sales team to be authentic, right? We don't need to have like overly polished.
No, I agree. I think it's always better to
Yeah,
sound like you're well, actually talk to a person rather than
right, exactly. Because um then we can make sure like there's no pressure. We're like, what we're trying to do is just trying to get to the problem and the goal. What's the goal? What's the problem? So okay, so you want to change it slightly. So just to make sure I understand, your goal is insert goal and the problem you are running into. I thought problem you're trying to solve.
I think running into because a lot of people are going to say properties are too expensive or I can't get financing. That flows better than
Okay.
that. Like the problem you're running into is that properties are too expensive.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's
Yeah.
update it. Let me add it. Let me add it.
Okay.
So this
Right.
is, and then you can update it. So this is number 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You just copied. Oh,
yeah. That's a little bit weird, yeah. I don't even think we need examples. Just what, just let them tell.
Okay.
Forget about examples. Just what's the
Yeah.
problem you are running into is this. Yeah, don't even bother with example. We don't care. We don't care. Because the worst thing would be they say, well, the goal is that you want to build Airbnb and the problem you're running into is zoning. They'll be like, no, that's wrong. Right? Right? That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no, the goal is that I want to build Airbnb, and the problem is not zoning. There's no zoning in the county. The problem is that there's it's too expensive or something like that, right? So that's the worst thing that could happen, right? So why I don't think why anyone would struggle.
Okay.
So, but here's the cool part. But that's not it, Erica. There's more to this. So
Okay.
so that's the question we're asking. But there's a big but, Erica. If our VA is not confident still not confident based on the questions we asked, then we need a backup here. If we so essentially what we're saying is, if so at this point, if you understand what the prospect's goal is and what is the problem, or no, what the problem is that they are facing, then ask this question. right? And then say, if you still do not understand the prospect's goal and the problem, understand the prospect's goal or the problem, then ask, and then we need to come up with I'm really sorry. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what the goal is you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Right? One by one, right? Is it, right?
Mm-hmm.
XYZ. And then once you have the goal, then you can say, okay, and I'm trying to understand. Same thing with a
Mm-hmm.
problem is you're trying to solve. Is it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That way, they get 2 shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is absolutely no reason to move forward in the script if you haven't gotten the problem and the goal, right?
Right.
There is absolutely no point. So let me update this so you can see it on the screen what I wrote, and then so let me ask this. So what happens if the VA still doesn't know the problem goal? Can we make these the backup questions? Thoughts? All right, let's see what it says. So it's saying that's exactly the right instinct. And yes, you're spot on, of course. The ChatGPT always says that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, of course, I'm always right.
No, ChatGPT is designed to serve the person
What did
who's...
Raphael say? It's
That's
like
what
a puppy
Raphael-
dog.
Puppy dog, yeah. Okay. Having backup clarification questions is critical for new VAs because many leads won't articulate their goal or problem clearly the first time. Your phrasing is already solid. It just needs a tiny bit of smoothing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, just give me the smoothing. Sorry, just to clarify, what's your main goal with the property? Oh, you just asked directly. If
That's
the
a little,
short.
yeah, I feel it's a little blunt.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I understand. What's the main goal you're hoping to accomplish with this property? That's better?
Or you could keep that. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand what's your main goal with the property.
So I am sorry. I'm trying to understand what is the main goal. Can you fix it? Can you clean it up? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand. Let's bold and yeah, let's fix that as well. Because that number 9 you have right now is going away, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the dumber the script, right? The more people, essentially more people can use it. Essentially anyone should be able to use it, even if it's your first day. That's my goal, right? The script should be so dumb, absolutely dumb, right?
Yeah.
Even a person like out of high school should be able to figure this out. Because as I said before, like there is no point in moving forward. Absolutely no point. And I don't think everything needs to be bold, Erica. Wait, no, that's not the question. I don't know what you did.
Well, there's
At this point, if you but that's not the question.
okay, but
That should be like a note on top. That's annotation on top before the
well, the
question.
problem is then you might skip reading this.
Then just make it a note, highlighted or something. I don't understand.
Okay, I just feel like this is going to get glossed over.
How will it get glossed over? Also, let's fix the red. I mean, it's supposed to be glossed over after the first time you read it, or after the 10th time you read it, right? No? What do you think?
Possibly.
Okay. All right. So at this point, if you understand what the prospect's goal is and what the problem is that they're facing, then ask. So just to make sure I understand, your goal is insert goal, and the problem you're running into is this, right? If you still do not understand the prospect goal or the problem, then ask. I'm sorry. No, that should be 9A, right? It's not a new question. Okay. What's your main goal with the property? Okay. And what's the other one? And what's been getting in the way of finding what you want? Or what's been the hardest part about finding the right property so far? You want to use that? Huh?
Yeah.
What's been the hardest part about finding the right property so far? Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we want to do...
Well, we already...
No. That's fine. We'll get rid of that. The important thing is that we have the goal and the problem. Because this is essentially getting the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can remove it from the O section, and we're there, we can, or essentially, yeah, and then we're like, what have you been looking for? That's fine. Yeah, that's twisting the knife. We don't need it later. Oh, but this is a B question.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not come into play. So maybe we don't need to ask the hardest. We'll just say what's been the main challenge? How about the main challenge so far in finding the right property?
It's still basically the same as what we asked.
Or main problem. Just say main problem then.
Yeah, just keep it.
Just keep it the same, right? So goal and problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and? Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. You are facing main problem. No. Main problem you're facing when? Do you
When
have
you're
all the
alive.
windows closed? Oh, by the way, it's still making noise.
Well,
You
these
have
I want to keep those open.
Okay. And what's been the main problem you have been facing? You are facing where?
Well, we already...
How about what's getting in the way of finding what you want? What's wrong with that? What's the main problem in finding what you want? No. Let's not remove the problem. What's the main problem in finding what you want?
I don't really like the way that's...
Okay, so what's the... What's been getting in the way of finding what you want?
I would just leave it. And what's been the main problem getting in the way?
Getting in the way of what?
Well, we already said what's your main goal with the
No, but it needs to be clear. Once again, we need to dumb it down to someone like a fifth grader should be able to understand. Forget about high schooler. We need to dumb it down. So it needs to be a complete question. Don't make assumptions. I think that might hurt. That might leave it open.
All right, so we should just remove this question and say what's been the main problem.
Okay, fine.
in
Let's
finding
move
the
it.
right
What's
one.
been the hardest part of finding the right property? Just remove this question. Just move it up. What's been the hardest problem in finding the right land so far? Hardest part. So this is essentially Okay, so we delete question. No. But the problem, oh my God, I forgot. The problem is it's an optional question. It's not a, it's only if you only ask if you, we cannot remove it. You have to revert it back because it's an optional question. Like I'm guessing 80% of the time you will have the answer, right? So we need to fix it.
All right, and what's
So
been the biggest problem preventing you from?
yeah, that's what it said. What's been the not the biggest problem, because then we're repeating the question. What's wrong with what's been getting in the way of finding what you want?
That's fine.
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing it recommended, and you said, "Oh, I just don't like it." What's been getting in the way of finding what you want? It's exactly asking for problem without using the word problem,
Okay.
right? Okay, and it's also an optional question. So once again, can we clarify this is an optional question? Someone might ask. Can you tab it? Is there a way to make it like a tab so it's like a sub bullet, so you know that it's a sub question? Yeah, like that. But you cannot just add like a bullet.
You can. Then it won't be.
Then it oh, I see. Okay, fine. Just tab it. Okay. All right. So can you put a note at the end, say make sure before you move to step O, you must know what the goal is and what the problem is? You to the next step. You can just say to the next step. To the next step. You know what the prospect's goal is and what their problem is. What the prospect's goal, prospect goal and problem is. Question mark or no? Oh no, it's a lot of things wrong with grammar, I guess. How do we fix this?
It's fine. It's just.
Just say, just see what it's recommending. I want to see. R. So it's not fine. So why before also it says that there's a problem? Why? Oh, you just need comma.
That.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense.
No, that.
Why?
No.
Make sure.
No. Make sure before you move to the next step.
So why is it recommending? Why is it saying there's a problem? Yeah, we wanna. Does it need to be bold? I don't think it needs to be red. I think it just needs to be highlighted in a different color. No, not the font. Yeah, just highlight in a different color. Okay. So can we save? So signing off on this. So we have the C done. Label the problem. I really like this because it's so dumb. It's like dumbed it down to like the absolute basic. No?
Yeah.
I mean, if you
It's
understand
this.
basic English, you should be able to deliver this, right? Yes? So just want to make sure I understand your goal is you want to add an example or is just going to muck up the what we have? Because right now we are not using any examples, right? I'm just worried that a new VA would like start.
I mean, I think that's why you have to do some training. I think the examples might become just like default crutches.
Yeah. Forget about example. Yeah. What your goal with the property is? Or your goal is to build and the problem you're running into is that land is too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What your main goal with the property is and what's getting in the way of finding what you want. Okay, fine. All right, let's see. I mean, I'm guessing we'll get feedback from the VAs, right? If we're missing something. But yeah, let's not use examples because then it'll become crutches, as you said. Okay, so we are done with L. So O is, so have you looked at any other properties before this one? What did you like about those and what you didn't? What's been the hardest part of finding the right land so far? So we're asking the hardest part. We're not necessarily what's the problem is. What's the hardest part?
I mean, it's the same thing, but yeah.
It's the same thing but repeating it. Okay, fine. So we have, okay, so these 12 questions. So at this point, we're saying, all right, so this is the setter call. So the setter is documenting all the answers. And then they were like, all right, so, and then we'll end the call saying,
The thing is, though, Smith isn't going to be able to do this.
why? We'll call them. We'll be like, well, you must.
You must.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say, well, we have to. I mean, otherwise it's not meeting our use case. So why do we need you, right? Okay, so I mean, it's also much easier. That's another reason why it needs to be so dumb that anyone should be able to do it, right? Okay, so have you ever looked? Have you looked at any other properties before this one? What do you like about those? What didn't you like? What's been the hardest part of finding the right lens so far? Maybe we don't even need question 12, or I guess that's like the twisting the knife question, right?
It is.
Because we're ending right after that. And then you're saying, oh, I think that should be in bold. That line is important, right? That's the final line. Because that's a statement you're delivering. Why is it not in bold?
This isn't a.
No, actually, it's actually a question. What time works for you? So
Yeah.
you're delivering a statement followed by a question. So just make it question 13.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not clear because you're not, all your other questions are bolded. I think we can really help you. I'll have my manager, who's an expert on this property, give you a quick call. What time works for you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so until setter, we're done then. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're going to move to step S, which is sell the vacation, not the plane flight. So this is where we were struggling in the last call because so if you go back to the notes from the original session, in the S stage, this is the close call. So you do like a repeat of C.L.O., or you just look at the answers and you're like, all right, so my understanding is this is the problem, this is the goal. And in the S stage, after you kind of like summarize what's already been discussed in the setter call, you're trying to sell the vacation, not the plane flight, right? So I understand up till this point. I feel like I understand 100%, but S is where I feel like there's some missing gaps for me.
Okay.
And we'll hopefully you and ChatGPT can help fill those gaps. Right? So he says, so we're just gonna quickly go over the notes so we can hopefully that'll help us. So sell the vacation, not the plane flight. So you're selling Hawaii, not the plane flight. You're not talking about the TSA or how long the flight is. You just want Hawaii. People just want Hawaii, so you should be describing the beach, the ocean. Questions: would you like to hear how the program works? We have seen, here are the 3 things that make clients successful, and then go over those 3 components.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 components, the thing about those 3 components is you're not supposed to get into the nitty gritty. You're supposed to explain those 3 components in form of analogies or anecdotal stories, right? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and then you do that. So we looked at a bunch of examples. And then you get into explain away their concerns. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we looked at, okay, so let's go back to our script. So we did come up with 3 components, right? What were they? You want to open, Erica? So the 3 components were affordability, I actually thought about it, and I thought Zafiel was right. We should be using availability, because at first I was thinking availability. You were saying, well, we are live every day. You can ask questions, this and that, and my thought process was like, well, anyone can go live every day. So how is this like a distinguishing factor? But then I realized no one's gonna go live every day.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not. It's like extremely
yeah,
hard. It's hard work.
I agreed with Zaphael too. I know
Yeah,
you were concerned that was maybe
a big
getting.
word like availability, like
No, I
because
thought your main concern was if we mention the live streams, then someone might stop thinking about the sale and want to go see the live streams.
but I doubt.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So we
that
say
seems
we
a
have an
little.
active YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're live every day. We're answering questions on the phone. You can call us. You can reach out to us. This and that.
We do have the monthly Q&A calls as
Yeah,
part of the
monthly Q&A
bonus.
calls.
So
But once again, we at this stage we're not getting into the features.
right.
We're just explaining the three components so they understand why that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the gap, I was talking about the gap. So in the S stage, can you explain why Alex recommends having three components? Like what's the reasoning behind it? I want to understand inside out what the reasoning behind is. So ChatGPT is saying there's serious psychological and structural reasoning behind it. So number one is rule of three. It's mental simplicity. Humans process information best in group of three. It's a sweet spot. I think we know that. It creates a complete system framework. Oh no, it creates a complete system frame. In sales psychology, you want to position your offer as a system that works because of its design, not as a random collection of features. Three components let you do that elegantly. They form the three legs of a stool. If you remove one, it falls over. For like the gym example, fitness, nutrition, accountability, land offer could be transparency, affordability, flexibility. The structure implies we have thought of everything you need to succeed. We built a complete solution, not just a product. It builds confidence in the architecture of your business. What do you think? Agree?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
zoning out?
I'm not zoning out. I was sold on the three before though.
No, I know. Well, obviously it's a system. We're gonna follow it, but I like to understand why, because
it's like the rule of three in
no, I know
storytelling.
rule of three. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, rule of three. I understand.
Yeah.
A lot of authors use it. That I'm sold on. I just don't understand why we are applying rule of three in this stage, at this point of the sales script, and why we're using three different analogies as opposed to just using one, and why.
Well, if you lump them all together in one, it wouldn't actually be three.
Right. No, as in
As
like give three examples and just use one analogy and tie them all together. So we're like saying, well, we're affordability, transparency, and flexibility, and here's an example.
Yeah, that's definitely not as powerful.
Right?
Because the way
yeah.
you're doing it here, you're actually making three separate buckets, and you're explaining. So if you actually had three buckets, your first instinct would be to go over each one and all the details of it, right? All he's doing is saying, instead of going over like the dry features, you make it more interesting, convincing, and memorable by explaining each of these three main buckets through a story or an analogy.
Okay. So how about for availability? Can we use like, well, I think availability, we can use a really good analogy by saying, you know how you buy something and then you try to reach customer support and no one answers? That'd be so easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you want us, which one do you want to cut then?
I think the obvious one would be transparency.
So affordability
Because that's key. I don't think we should cut that.
affordability is key. Flexibility is also key.
Mm-hmm.
Transparency. Okay. All right. Okay, fine. Let's work on availability, but I want to finish this reasoning, right? So first, ChatGPT said 3 is important is because of the rule of 3. Second, it said it's important because it creates a complete system frame. We want to position your offer as a system that works because of its design, not as a random collection of features. And 3 components lets you do that elegantly. They form the 3 legs of a stool. And this structure implies we have thought of everything you need to succeed. We have built a complete solution, not just a product. Are we supposed to verbalize that? I guess we're saying whenever we see a successful landowner, for a successful land
Mm-hmm.
owner transaction, especially on the owner financing side, these are the 3
Mm-hmm.
things that we find are important and why it makes us successful.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. That's how the setup's supposed to go.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll work on the setup. And then it says it shifts the conversation from features to framework. When you say there are 3 things that make this work, you elevate the conversation from selling details to teaching logic. Now the buyer is following your reasoning, not judging your offer. They go from, is this a good deal, to, oh, I see why this makes sense. That switches everything. It moves from emotional defense to logical agreement. Ah. Ah. Did you understand what it was saying? This is like mind blowing.
Yeah. That's the power of story, right?
No.
And analogy.
No. No, I'm just being. Okay, yeah. So no, you're right. Yeah, so that is essentially what we're doing here. So instead of we're shifting the prospect's frame from emotional defense
Mm-hmm.
to logical agreement. Yes?
Right.
We're even if they don't end up buying the property, we at least want them to agree on the logic. Right?
Right.
And why is that important? Let me ask, why is this important? Why is this important?
Because it switches from the haggling over like a trinket or a good to
Puppy dog. It says beautiful question, and you're asking exactly what separates amateur persuasion from master level sales.
Safel would say we need to switch to Grok. I don't know, does Grok do that too?
I don't know. Okay, so that switch from emotional defense to logical agreement is the entire reason Hormozy structures the S stage the way he does. And let's unpack why it matters so much. Oh, people buy emotionally but justify logically. So most buyers come into a sales call emotionally guarded, even if they're curious. They're thinking things like, is this real? Or are they trying to sell me something I don't need? What if I regret it? That's emotional defense. Fear, skepticism, self protection. If you push against those emotions directly, they tighten their guard. But when you explain something logically, like a 3-part framework that makes sense, their brain flips from defense to evaluative. Now they're thinking, that's reasonable. Oh, I can see how that works. That actually makes sense. Once someone says internally, this makes sense, they allow themselves to feel good about buying. Okay. Next, logic lowers the threat response. In human psychology, sales pressure equal to perceived threat. When someone feels like they're being sold, their brain fires up, they withdraw or deflect with objections. I need to think about it, not sure right now. But when you explain how something works clearly, rationally, in 3 simple parts, it activates the prefrontal cortex, the decision making and reasoning part of the brain, which wants to solve problems, not defend itself.
Actually, sorry, I'm jumping in on a random thought, not random, but we should do another follow up to incorporate this into the acquisition side. But because,
Yeah, closer will implement everywhere.
yeah, because to me, the main thing here is when you start a sales call, the two people aren't on the same page. Like usually the prospect is thinking you're just trying to make money off of me, or you're just trying to sell me something, and you as the salesperson are thinking, I have a product that I believe in, that I really do believe can help, and here's why I believe that. And it gets you both on the same page, right?
The three components.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the 3 components need to be, pretty much applied everywhere. But yeah, let's just narrow the scope to just the sales side right now, because we want to nail that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Implement it, get feedback, refine it, keep refining it. And once we have the final product, then we're like, all right, this works. Then we go to the next. We have more data, and then we solve the other problem. Because if we try to implement at the same time, then we're doing 2 tests at once, which is not good, right? Okay. And we also want to make changes slowly. Like
Right.
that's what Alex Hormozy keeps on talking
Right.
about, right? Don't change everything at once, just one process at a time. Okay. So yeah, this is cool though, right? I mean, it's I feel like I'm understanding it better now. Why that's important, because we're trying to switch them from emotional defense to logical reasoning, and we want them to agree with our. I mean, it's possible they might not agree, but the hope
Right.
is that they'll agree.
I mean, if they don't agree, that's probably a sign that
We should.
it's not the right
It's not the right fit.
fit.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. So the next logical agreement gives permission for emotion. So once the buyer says that makes sense, their brain grants them emotional permission to feel excited, hopeful, and relieved. They can finally think, okay, I'm not crazy for wanting this. This is actually smart. Oh, so we're making them feel smart. Is that what it is? Don't, like on YouTube, gurus say, well, when you're doing videos, you want to write scripts in a way that makes your viewer feel smart. Isn't that the
yeah.
same thing here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can ask that as the next question. Are we also trying to make the prospect feel smart by having them understand our logic? That'll be the next question. But yeah, there's more.
But there's more. Okay.
Reframes you as a trusted guide. So when you shift them into logical agreement, you're no longer the salesperson, you're the guide explaining a system that works. That's why your 3 components are so powerful. They position you as someone who's thought through the process and built a method that protects the buyer. That changes their inner dialogue from I'm being sold to I'm being helped. Okay. And then there's one more. It makes the close feel natural, not forced. Once a buyer is in a logical agreement, the close is just the next step in a sequence that makes sense. You don't have to push. You can say, would you like me to show you how that process works? And it feels natural. Because in their mind, you've already given them the framework that explains why your offer works. In short, the emotional defense turns to logical agreement, and that's which matters, because emotionally they stop protecting themselves, logically they start understanding and agreeing, behaviorally they move forward without pressure, strategically you become the guide, not the salesperson. Huh. That's powerful. You want to add this? Should we add this to our documentation so we understand? Like, I feel like if we have this,
Yeah.
then our team will be able to understand why we're doing this. Otherwise, they'll be like, "What is this?" Right?
You want me to do story time? What?
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, you can edit live, by the way. Do you see that?
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know
cool.
that. Did you know that? You can do edit live.
How'd you?
I just edited it and it showed
Oh,
up.
okay.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. So the next question was: are we trying to make the prospect feel smart by having them understand our logic for the three components? Are we going deep?
We are.
Are we in the trenches?
We are.
Very
We're
deep. We're
very
like
deep.
4 levels down deep. But that's good, right? That was the
Yeah.
whole point.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure how many viewers you're gonna get. At
no,
this
it's
time,
not
but-
about viewers, Erica. It's about the one right person who watches this and they're like, oh, that was deep. That was powerful. That's it. I don't care about views. I care about just one person.
That's good.
And that one person could be maybe one of our team members. It doesn't matter. Okay. So um I asked, are we also trying to make the prospect feel smart by having them understand our logic for the three components? And the answer, exactly, you nailed it.
Can you turn off that
The
positive?
puppy dog,
Yeah.
positive.
And there must be a way.
Well, but it's training you to keep using it, right?
Yeah.
If it starts being sarcastic, then you're not gonna use it.
You might.
I might, yeah, but you might not. I might love it even more.
Yeah.
So that's a nice burn. So it's saying yes. One of the unspoken rules, one of the unspoken goals of the S stage is to make the prospect feel smart, like they're logically piecing together why this decision makes sense on their own. That's the subtle genius of Hormozy's approach. You're not just explaining your logic, you're transferring logic to them so they feel intelligent, confident, and in control. Let's unpack why that's so powerful. People don't like to be sold. They like to feel smart. So no one wants to feel like they got talked into something, but everyone loves the feeling of discovering a smart decision on their own. When you walk them through a clean, logical framework, like transparency, affordability, flexibility, their brain goes, oh, I get it. That's actually smart. That's exactly what I was missing before. I'm not being sold, I'm being educated. You have flipped their buying psychology. Instead of defending against persuasion, they're defending their own intelligence. They'll now justify buying to prove they're smart enough to recognize value. That's cool. Yeah? Okay, number 2. Understanding equal to ownership. Psychologically, people value what they understand. The more clearly they grasp why something works, the more it feels like it's their idea. By explaining your three components clearly and logically, you're giving them cognitive ownership of the reasoning. I know why this works. I know why it's safe. I know why it's smart. And people rarely walk away from their own reasoning. Deep and powerful. Okay. Number 3, it builds identity alignment. When someone understands your framework, they start to see themselves as the kind of person who makes logical, well thought out decisions. They're literally thinking, I'm not those impulsive buyers. I do my research. Okay, that's good. Number 4, it replaces pressure with empowerment. Hormozy's method removes the old heart cell energy completely. You're not saying buy this, you're saying here's how smart people think about this. That's empowering. It subtly communicates you're capable, you're informed, you're in control. And when buyers feel that way, they take action faster and with more conviction. Yes? But there's one more. It also builds long term trust. Even if the prospect doesn't buy right away, they leave thinking that actually made a lot of sense. That logic imprint stays with them, so when they're ready, they come back to the person who helped them feel smart, not sold. Banger? I think these are all banger reasonings.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Do you feel like you understand now?
Now I feel like I'm understand. Okay. But the summary is is on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, logically, behaviorally, and strategically. Those are the four, um, what would you say?
Pillars.
Pillars or axes or dimensions? Dimensions that, we're incorporating. All right, so I'm going to go back to the original question that I asked, which started all of this rabbit hole. So we're like 4 levels down deep. I'm going back to the level 1 or where we were. Let's see where we were. Okay. So backup question. What's the reasoning behind a rule of 3 creates complete system frame, shifts the conversation from features to framework, keeps you the seller in control. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Keeps you the seller in control. Having 3 components gives your sales call structure and rhythm. Instead of rambling or feature dumping, you follow a clean outline. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Otherwise, you'll just keep on rambling. Oh,
Yeah.
we have this, we have that, we have
Yeah.
this, we have that. Right? But
Yeah.
you're like, well, I'm stuck to 3 components and you already know what you're going to talk about. So you can just go right into it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So explain component 1, component 2, component 3. By the end, you'll naturally spend a few minutes educating and reframing value without sounding pushy. Number five, it feeds them this makes sense emotion. People buy when they feel like it makes sense. 3 components give your explanation a sense of inevitability. Inevitability. In Can you say it?
Inevitability.
Inevitability. Like unavoidable,
Mm.
right? It feels balanced, like the complete checklist for success. You're not trying to convince them, you're showing them a recipe that works. And once the buyer mentally agrees the recipe makes sense, the sale becomes a foregone conclusion. It's easy to memorize, repeat, and scale. These 3 components make your offer easy for any team member or VA to remember and repeat with consistency. Instead of explaining a dozen selling points, they just need to master 3 mini stories. That's how Hermosi builds repeatable sales teams that sound natural and aligned, not robotic. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, summary, why the 3 components work. Um, Cognitive feels complete and easy to remember. Structural creates a logical system frame. Emotional feels balanced, fair, and credible. Tactical keeps calls structured and repeatable. Strategic makes your offer sound engineered, not improvised. Should we add this as well? It seems, yeah?
Yeah.
We add it?
Yeah.
All right, let me add it to the page. Okay. So this is just explanation why 3 components works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the nice table. So it's which one do you want to keep? Should I remove the bottom one, or actually the bottom one sounds better? No?
Yeah, it does.
So remove the
I think
top
you
one?
just need the bottom one.
Yeah,
I think that
that's what
goes.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remove this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we don't need this bold, right?
Right.
We don't need H1 either. Okay, 3 components. All right. So now we are back to 3 components. So the 3 components. So availability was you wanted to swap out transparency with availability. Okay. Okay. So right now we have these 3 components. Right now we have these 3 components. What are your thoughts? Oh God. I need to fix this. Hold on one second. Okay. these three components, and then what are your thoughts if we were to swap out transparency with availability and give an analogy of like highly available, like we're highly available, like we are highly available, like on phone, on YouTube, live streams, etc. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what it says. All right, so it's saying, let's break this down carefully, because transparency versus availability are close cousins, but they trigger very different emotional responses in a buyer. Transparency is, I can see everything before I buy, I won't get fooled or surprised. Emotional payoff is safety, clarity, and trust. Availability, I can reach someone anytime I need help. The emotional payoff is support, responsiveness, and connection. So transparency is equal to clarity. I know what I'm buying. Availability is equal to support. I know you'll help me if I need it. So what buyers fear most in your category? For land buyers, especially online land buyers, the number one fear is, what if I can't reach anyone or get ghosted after I pay? That fear is actually about availability, not transparency.
I thought the biggest fear was that you're a scam.
Yeah, you disappear. I mean, we have heard this story, right?
Yeah.
People will sell and then they'll just disappear, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, right? Because
It is. Yeah.
reduces the trust for everyone. So what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I agreed with Raphael when he brought it up. I thought it was a powerful component.
Yeah.
And it does tie into one of the things that we do, which is the live streams.
Yeah, that also means we cannot stop doing live streams.
Customer.
Right?
Customer follow-up.
Right? Mm-hmm. That also will keep us accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. I really wanted to use accountability as one of them, because then we can steal his story about the amazing race.
Yeah,
we can use accountability.
I don't think it's
like for owner financing. Do you think we can use somehow?
I just don't think that's
relevant. Okay.
Yeah, you got to tie it back into what our actual strengths are.
You don't think like, oh, yeah, I guess. I was thinking like maybe we'll call them if they're late on their payments and stuff, keep you accountable.
That's not.
But they won't see it as accountability. They'll be like, well, you just need your money. Okay, fine. All right. So how it changes the emotional flow. Right now, your three components communicate. You can afford it, you can see it clearly, and you won't get stuck. If you swap to availability, it becomes you can afford it, you can always reach us, and you'll never get stuck. That's warmer and more human. It makes the buyer feel like they're not buying from a faceless company. They're buying from real people who will be there. So how you could phrase it? Okay, so it is telling us that we should replace it.
Mm-hmm.
Most companies disappear once. I don't think most companies disappear once you have paid.
Yeah, I wouldn't say most, but
yeah. Okay, fine.
A handful do, which is unfortunate.
Okay, so give me 10 analogies I can use for the availability. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the availability section. Oh, component. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Component. All right. So it's saying You know that diner that's always open, no matter what time you show up, someone's there with a smile. That's us. Whether it's by phone, YouTube, or our live streams, there's always a real person ready to help.
Can we say that even if they're calling at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay. The lighthouse analogy. Buying land online can feel like sailing in the fog. You're not sure who to trust. We're the lighthouse. You can always see our light. We're here, visible and reachable whenever you need direction. The coffee shop analogy. We're not a corporate hotline. We're more like your favorite coffee shop. You can drop it anytime, chat, ask questions, and someone will actually remember your name.
Yeah, I think that's more relevant.
We keep our door open, literally and digitally. You can call us, join a live stream, or message us anytime, and you'll get a real response from a real person. The family doctor analogy. We don't disappear once the deal closes. We're more like a family doctor. You can always reach us if you need help, advice, or just reassurance that everything's on track.
That works too.
Town hall analogy. You know those small town meetings where everyone can show up and ask questions? That's what our live streams are like, open, honest conversations where you can always reach us.
That's good too.
The mechanic analogy. Some businesses vanish once you drive off the lot. We're like the mechanic who says, if something sounds off, bring it back. I'll take a look. You'll never be left wondering who to call. The emergency hotline analogy. You know how it feels knowing there's always someone you can call in an emergency? That's the peace of mind we give our buyers. There's always a human on the other side. The neighbor analogy. We're not a big faceless company. We're like a good neighbor. Straight Farm is there, right?
Yeah.
We can just steal theirs. Huh?
I don't know about that.
No, well, I mean, we can steal the line like a good neighbor. I mean, I don't think they have a copyright on that,
That's true.
right? We're not a big faceless company. We're like a good neighbor. You can always, they kind of like repeat that ad so many times, it forces you to memorize their
Yeah.
line, right?
I was
That's
going
the
to say
whole
that's
point.
a good example of good branding.
That's the whole
Because
point, right?
I'm pretty sure most people, if we use that when we say we're like a good neighbor, everyone's going to think State Farm is there.
That's true. Or like Geico did, right? 15 minutes or less could save you 15% or more on car insurance, right? I feel like we need an analogy to explain the 2 p.m. live streams where we look at properties because it's so powerful. No one is doing
Well, that
it.
was the town hall.
Oh, you can show up anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe should we use that analogy in the live stream itself? Or do you think
We could,
like at the
yeah.
end as the CTA?
Yeah, we could.
Okay, we'll think about it. Let's stay focused. Okay. Focus, Erica. We're not a big faceless company. We're like a good neighbor. You can always knock on our door, ask a question, or just say hi. Soft, community based, fits your mission. The coach analogy. We're not here just to sell you land. We're like a coach on the sidelines. If you ever have a question or hit a snag, we're right here to help you through it. Which one?
I thought the town hall was the most relevant to the live streams.
No, but we're not. Well, let's be realistic. They're not going to wait until 2 p.m. the following day to ask questions. They'll
Right.
just call you.
Yeah.
So we can't use that. I think the good neighbor one was.
Okay. Yeah, we can take
But
that.
yeah, but it's not as juicy.
Yeah.
It's not as like the one. Can you scroll up the one that you? No, scroll down. I meant the GPS one is your favorite so far, right?
Yeah.
So it's like buying land without flexibility is like taking a road trip without GPS. One wrong turn and you're stuck. Our flexible terms and 365 exchange are your GPS. If life changes, we just reroute you to a better property. You really like that line?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we make it more juicy? Like you know how when you buy something, it happens like, you know, every now and then, like you will buy like a vacuum or like a random company and then you call them, and then
What about the story of Zappos? Who?
No. I'm thinking of a negative example. Like, you know how like you buy like a random vacuum and it breaks after 30 days, so you can't return it. So you call their support line, and then no one picks up.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Or you're just stuck in the
Like,
auto
yeah. So how
menu
about
system.
that?
Yeah.
You buy something like a vacuum, and after the return window is over and it breaks, you try calling their support line, and you just stay on hold for like 45 minutes, or if you call like the IRS right now, right, because of the
Yeah, I was thinking that. We were
45
trying to
minutes.
call them.
That
was 2.5 hours, by the way.
Should we make it 2 hours or like 2 hours? Okay, let's see what it says.
Oh, Zaphael's back.
Oh, Zaphael is back. We're like Facebook Marketplace. We'll block you as soon as you make the payment. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Oh, Zaphael likes to multitask.
Yeah. Well, when you're doing chores, you do need to listen to something, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's...
Why not listen to your friends, Erica and Avi? Okay. So the vacuum analogy. When you buy something like a vacuum, and the moment the return window closes, it breaks. So you call support and sit on hold for 2 hours just to talk to a robot. Yeah, we're the opposite. You can call, message, or even join our live streams anytime, and we'll get a real person who can actually help you. I actually now like Zaphael's example more.
Yeah, I do like Zaphael's example.
How about I think Zaphael might start charging us consulting fees now. It's like, dude, half of the script I gave you the answers. How about when you buy something on Facebook Marketplace? I mean, maybe Zaphael was like a CEO or something and he's retired now. Who knows? Yeah. He's like a CEO of like a Fortune 500 company. When you buy something on Facebook Marketplace, and as soon as you make the payment, the seller blocks you. So good. So good. Oh man, now it's my favorite one. I'm guessing Zaphael was thinking, well, they did use my suggestion, so I must help them now. Yeah. Okay. When you buy something on Facebook Marketplace, send the payment and the seller suddenly blocks you? Yeah, we're the opposite of that. We're easy to reach. You can call us, join our live stream, or even talk to us on YouTube. That's the same thing. Or even talk to us. Wait, that's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
we just say, yeah, you can call us anytime. We actually pick up the phone or join us, right? Mm-hmm. Can we shorten this?
Yeah, the last part isn't necessary, I think.
Yeah. Can this part be shortened? Live stream and YouTube are the same thing. Okay, let's see what it says. We're easy to reach. You can call us or message us on YouTube anytime. Real people, real conversation. No, we don't need the real.
Oh yeah, the real conversations.
Calling out a negative example and showing you how you're different is good. Yeah. We're easy to reach. You can call us or even chat with us on YouTube. Real people. No.
Yeah, I don't like. Why does it keep saying real conversations?
And we'll actually pick up.
Yeah, there you go.
Call us, message us, join our live streams.
Yeah.
join our live stream. You want to say it or you just forget about it?
I think we should, because it's a
This
distinguishing.
competitive edge. Call us. You can or start with join. Call.
And we should start with call
us.
because, as you said, most people aren't going to want to wait until.
Call us, message us, join our live stream, and we'll actually respond.
Yeah.
Streams. Join our YouTube live streams, and we'll actually respond. Unless you're from Maine.
I thought today was your pivot day.
Oh, today I'm pivoting. Unless you're not from Maine. That's a strong pivot, right? That's like a 180. Okay. Where is it? Okay, here. So you know how when you buy something on Facebook Marketplace Pay and then not the seller disappears, the seller blocks you. You know when you buy something on Facebook Marketplace, send the payment and the seller suddenly blocks you? Yeah, we're the opposite of that. Okay. Yeah, we're the opposite of that. We're easy to reach. Call us, message us, join our live stream, then we'll actually respond. That might be too much. Maybe we need to remove messages. Let's see. Okay. You know, when you buy something on Facebook Marketplace, send the payment and the seller suddenly blocks you? Yeah, we're the opposite of that. We're easy to reach. Call us, message us, or join our YouTube live stream, and we'll actually respond. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's save this. Let's save this puppy.
10-minute call, by the way.
10-minute call? What do you mean?
10-minute.
No, we can go up till 1:45, right?
We can.
Yeah, why not? I'm really trying to finish S because we stopped at S yesterday and we're still in S.
You put it.
Oh, wrong. It's transparency, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just really want to finish this so that, we can move on, but it's taking a long time. But I guess it's good, right? If it was too easy, then, right? What?
You went down your rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think we went really deep.
Yeah.
We went really deep, and it's really good because it'll help our team understand better as well, right? Because I was a little bit confused on why we're doing these three things. Right? Okay. So we're doing affordability, we're doing availability. Oh, then it should be AAA. 3 A's. We need to make it 3 A's. AAF doesn't make any sense. American Armed Forces, that doesn't make any sense. We need to make it 3 A's. All right, let me ask Mr. GPT. Let's see. Can we make these as 3 A's instead of AAF? Let's see what it says. Love where you're going, puppy dog. The alliteration, the 3 A's will make your framework way more memorable for both your team and the buyers. Right now, you've got affordability and availability locked. To make it 3 A's, we just need to rename the flexibility to an A word that keeps the same meaning. Adaptability, agility, adjustability, without feeling forced. Here are a few options. Adaptability, best fit.
I don't know.
No?
I think of those three, adjustabilities probably.
Agility? Assurance? Oh, assurance. Assurance.
Okay.
Yeah, assurance. Everyone understands that word. I assure you. I assure you, Erica, everyone understands that word. You see what I did there? Right?
Yeah.
3 A's.
Okay.
Affordability, availability, and assurance. That's a guarantee. Okay. You like it?
Yeah. Assurance is a little, I don't know, it feels a little clinical, but yeah, it works.
Let's change to assurance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, all you have to do then is say buying land is
update.
often like taking a road trip without GPS.
Let's update the flexibility to flexibility analogy to assurance. Well, let's see if it doesn't work, then we might need to change adjustability. Most people hesitate to buy land because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. That's why we built in assurance with our 365-day exchange guarantee. You get a built-in safety net. If life changes or the property is in the right fit, we'll help you swap it for. Oh, it
Yes.
changed the.
Yeah, it's not as good as.
Yeah. Can we keep the reroute you to a better property? Maybe we need to pick adjustability then. No?
Yeah.
It is a bit of a big word though.
Yeah. Well, so is assurance.
Okay. Most people hesitate to buy land because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. That's why we built in assurance with our 365-day exchange. You get a built-in safety net. If life changes or the property is in the perfect fit, we'll help you reroute to a better one. No stress, no risk. Change it to adjustability.
Yeah. I mean, adjustability is the most obvious change. It's just a little more of a big word. Like flexibility, I think, is clearer, simpler.
So how would adjustability look like? Buying land or just everything remains the same?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we're just changing the name.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just change it then, adjustability.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll change it since it's reflecting. It is a big word, but I think everyone understand adjustable. No?
Yeah.
Right? Or
Mhm.
adaptability. Why didn't you like adaptability?
Yeah, that works too. I think.
People understand
Yeah.
adaptability.
Yeah.
That's what it came up with. Most memorable, smoothest. Leave it at adaptability.
Okay.
Okay. So the 3 A's. Okay. So now we tie it all together. So here are the final 3 components. Give me the complete script for the S stage. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we just need to fix this and we're good to go. And then we can stop. Right? So it says, based on everything you have shared, I think this property could be a really good fit for you. In our experience, there are 3 things that make a win-win relationship between a land buyer and a land seller. We call them the 3 A's. So it's the affordability. We should first spell
Yeah,
this
we
here.
should.
These are affordability, availability, and adaptability. So affordability is, how most people think owning land means like paying private trainer prices. We built it more like a gym membership, small monthly payments that let you start improving your life right now instead of waiting for someday. Then it says, so instead of needing tens of thousands up front, you can actually start owning land today for what most people spend on a coffee. I don't know that.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we can. But okay, we will have to fix this. But it doesn't make sense what GPT is doing.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is availability. So you know how when you buy something on Facebook marketplace, send the payment, and then the seller suddenly blocks you. Well, yeah, we're the opposite of that. We're easy to reach. Call us, message us, or join our YouTube live streams, and we'll actually respond. We talk to our buyers every day. Real people, real conversation. I don't know why it added back. You'll never be left wondering who to contact. Optional. These are optional follow-up lines.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
Yeah, I don't think we need them.
Yeah. So, and the third is adaptability. You know how like buying land without flexibility or adaptability is like, taking a road. Well, we think buying land without flexibility is like taking a road trip without GPS. One wrong turn and you're stuck. Our adaptable terms and 365-day exchange are your GPS. If life changes, we'll just reroute you to a better property. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so then the transition. So when you put it all together, affordable payments, people you can actually reach, and flexible terms that adapt with you, that's what makes this such a low stress, high confidence way to own land. That's a good line. I like it. Would you like me to walk through how the process works so you can see what it would look like to move forward?
We also need to ask for the owner financing terms, like.
Well, that's the next section,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. So let's finalize on it one by one. Let's finish this, and then it's a natural stopping point.
Okay.
Okay. So based on everything you have shared, I think this property could be a really good fit for what you're looking for. I guess we'll say this line if they've reached this far, right?
Yeah. Do you need to quickly summarize, because this is a new caller, right?
New what?
This is a new call now, starting at S. So you'd start with, hi, I'm Erica.
Oh, I see. So this is a new
yeah.
call. New call. No, we'll do that. We'll do
Yeah.
that later. It's fine. New call script goes here. Okay. That's fine. That's a to-do.
Mhm.
So based on everything we have shared, basically we'll summarize it and then say, well, based on everything you've shared, I think this property could be a really good fit for what you're looking for, and then go into. Actually, can you open the right page? You have it on the wrong page. And in our experience, these are the three things. There are three things that make a great win-win relationship between a land buyer and a land seller, and we call them the 3 A's. This line is fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you actually have to list them. You could just say, first is affordability. See,
You don't want to list them?
because I think it then makes the transition a little bit more awkward.
Oh. First is affordability.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one is affordability. Most people think we built it more like a gym, small monthly payments that let you improve your life right now instead of waiting for someday. Okay, so that's in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then say the second is, I guess go right into it because it's like a spiel, right? The second A, the first A is affordability. The second A is availability. This is good. I like doing this live now because we're also like documenting the whole thing, right? 10 years later, we'll come back to this live saying, well, we have no idea what we
had.
At least we were trying. A for effort, right?
Yeah.
No, E for effort.
Either.
Okay, so A, because I was like A for affordability. So most people, oh no, this is A for availability.
Yeah,
You know, when you buy something on Facebook Market, this is such a good example. I now it became my favorite, I think, than rerouting one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll just copy this. This is great. I think the Joan might have fun with this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Comes fun to deliver. I wonder, I'm like ready to see how people respond to this script.
The thing is, though, there may be people who are calling, but they are really ready to buy right now. They don't need convincing. They just want to like wrap up terms and next steps.
But even then, they can just cut off and say,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to sell me. I'm all ready to buy. But I feel like this is like a good practice, like a best practice that we should. Because just giving analogies cannot kill the sale.
Well, you can overtalk yourself
Oh, I
out
see.
of a
Fine.
sale.
All right, fine. Okay, so we'll put a note saying that if
Yeah.
if they want to move forward, just you can skip this.
Yeah, like if they start the call with, I'm ready to buy right now, what do I do? I don't think you
listen
should.
listen to me for next 5 minutes because we just prepared it and we need to test it. So you will listen to my script now. I don't care about selling this property. I care about testing my script. Buying land without flexibility is like, okay. I feel like that's what like super successful people, or adaptable terms, it did change it. Our adaptable terms instead of flexible. Yeah, I was saying I feel like the super successful business people, they usually on the podcast will say like you enjoy the process so much more that you don't really care about money. Money is like a byproduct. You just enjoy the process so much and continuously keep on improving it. That
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
what we're
why
trying to do.
why most people like becoming entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's not really about the money. You want something that forces you to keep improving in a way that often a job
Yeah, it's
doesn't,
also
right?
like a complex problem to solve, right? And
Yeah.
it forces you to keep chipping away at it. Like if it's an easy problem, everyone would solve it, and then it wouldn't be fun. The fact that it's hard, the fact that we have to, just for a simple sales script, we're like already 5 hours in, just on the live, and we're like still have like 60% done. So it's hard.
Well, that's
so.
why the other advice Alex Hormozi gives is not to do too many changes.
Yeah, no, this is just like we're just changing one script right now. Okay, fine. So that's I have it updated. What do you think? You want to read it out loud so it's not.
I'd just say it could be a really good fit for you.
Okay.
For what you're looking for sounds
Okay.
weird.
Updated. You want to read it out loud?
Do we have to say win-win? I just feel like that's...
So what do you want to say?
I'd just say that make a great relationship between a land buyer and a land seller. I mean, I know it doesn't sound as strong, but...
I like win-win.
Yeah, it's just everyone uses win-win, it sounds like.
Well, everyone uses win-win because it works, Erica. Because it's easy to understand. What else were you going to say? It's a great win-win relationship between between a buyer and a seller, land buyer and a land seller. We call them the 3 A's.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound
Okay,
conversational.
fine.
But maybe I'm nitpicking.
No. Let's ask. So if that's your first instinct, can we make this line? Can this line be made more conversational? Let's see. It's thinking. Okay. So from what we have seen, there are three things that really make it a win-win for both the buyer and the seller. We call them the 3 A's. After working with a lot of buyers, we have noticed there are three things that really make the whole process work. We call them the 3 A's.
I mean, that sounds like someone actually talking.
In our experience, three things make buying land go really smoothly. We call them the 3 A's. After helping hundreds of buyers, we have learned there are three things that really make the difference. We call them the 3 A's. Which one do you like? Recommended version. After helping hundreds of buyers, we have learned there are three things that really make it a win-win for everyone. We call them the 3 A's.
Yeah, I guess that's fine too.
For everyone?
Yeah.
Mix of credibility plus warmth. Okay, you want to change it? So instead of saying in your experience,
I'm just not a huge fan of win-win, but
what's wrong with win-win? So
it just, I guess it sounds to me like you're trying to sell. It's saying win-win.
we are in the sell the vacation phase, Erica. Really make
But don't, yeah.
let me can you save out so we can update? I can update the line. Okay. Let me edit. Can you go down so it shows you the live edit? It's a cool feature. I didn't even know it existed. Okay, so after helping hundreds of buyers, helping more than 600 buyers, make it more specific, right? More than 600 buyers. We've learned there are three things that really make it a win-win for everyone. We call them the 3 A's. The first A is affordability. Most people think owning land means paying private trainer prices. We build it more like a gym membership, small monthly payments that let you start improving your life right now instead of waiting for someday. The second A is availability. When you buy something on Facebook Marketplace, send the payment and then the seller suddenly blocks you. We're the opposite of that. We're easy to reach. Call us, message us, or join our YouTube live streams, and we'll actually respond. And the third A is adaptability. Buying land without flexibility is like taking a road trip without GPS. One wrong turn and you're stuck. Our adaptable terms and our 365-day exchange guarantee are your GPS. If life changes, we just reroute you to a better property. Strong. I like it. Very convincing and very easy to understand. Right? Okay. All right. So we have our S pretty much done. We just need to build the intro, the transition intro from the setter to the closer call. Okay, fine. I think it's a good place to stop. We are 1 hour 52 minutes in. You wanna mention the CTA? You wanna show the CTA slide?
Yep.
So we will do the next one. You want to do later today or tomorrow? Or might be too much.
I think tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll do the next session tomorrow. And we do have another live stream coming up, but then people are mostly watching this in recording, so no point bringing that up. So the CTA, okay. Yeah, so we did switch to we did have a new offer now of like mastermind. So if you're interested in joining our mastermind, check out the website honestwealthbuilders.com. What's in the mastermind, Erica? You want to do a 30-second?
So it'd be I guess you could say exclusive community of people who are serious about land investing
Just
and
like
building a
an
business.
inner circle, right?
Yeah,
Just
like an inner circle. And we have weekly calls. We can we'll do deal reviews, go over new learnings.
Right now we have like 2 calls per day, 2 calls per week actually. But yeah, it might be a little too frequent right now.
Yeah.
Weekly calls. But yeah, if you're interested, please reach out. Please go to the website and take a look if you're interested and reach out.
Yeah.
And we are, 3 A's. You want to do the 3? The reason you want to work with us is because of the 3 A's. Adaptability,
Affordability, Availability.
And availability.
We also could have done accessibility, but
isn't that the same thing as
it is.
availability?
It is.
Oh, you were saying swap the
Yeah.
availability to accessibility?
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Availability is an easier word.
Yeah. Just for some reason, that's what popped into my head.
All right,
first,
fine.
But
All right, guys.
all right.
3 A's. Take a
All
look.
right.
Thank you so much for watching. The one person who watched.
Thank you,
apart
Zafael.
from Zafael.
So we'll talk